past the petrol station, on the motorway, had my music on loud, and I went into the metal partition of the road, which went down into the main part of a place where we live, and I took out the right-hand side of I took out the wheel. The whole wheel came off, and I was actually driving on 3 wheels. I'm Jane, I'm 55 years old, and I am or was an alcoholic. I've been drinking since I was 17 years old. My friends used to finish work when we worked in a plastics factory, and we'd go to the pub. And I never drunk before, but that's where everybody congregated and carried on drinking. And my mum didn't really mind because she knew I was with friends, but it started getting to the point that each week when I got my wages, 80% of my wages went on alcohol. And she started taking money away from me to keep for my keep and for the car, which she used to drive us to work. But the alcohol it was the fun, it was the party time, it was everybody socialised, everybody was in a happy place, you played pool, you had more drinks. You were surrounded by happy people. Well, that's like the start of it. Then I moved abroad, and where I live, and I still do live now, it's a place where it's not a place where you go out just Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You go out Monday, right the way through to the end of the week. And if you've ever lived here, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You can go to work and finish at 12 o'clock at night. You're able to get a drink from 12 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning. You can go to petrol stations on the way home, you can get alcohol. It's around you, it surrounds you. And it's cheap, which isn't very good if you like alcohol. It's like a third of the price what it is in England, and it's too easy. It's like smoking or taking drugs or anything like that as well. Having a smoke, it's easy, it's much cheaper. I was out one evening with some friends down in a place we call Town, and at first I was only on Coca-Cola. As the night went on, I wasn't going to drink and drive. I was determined I wasn't going to. I parked my car well away from where we were. And as the night went on, it went into like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd been drinking. I was drinking heavily. Pints of vodka, lemonade, Jägermeisters, anything, because it all gets lined up and you become like a different person. You're surrounded with different friends or new friends. Where I work, people are on holiday, and if you're a good barmaid, they always bought you a drink or give you a tip, and that gave you more ammunition, more money to be able to go out and buy more drinks. And we used to go to a place, I won't name it, down in town, and it was quite dark, but we had loud live music, we had bands. And because it was dark, you didn't know what time of day or night it was. And even though you'd be finishing at 11 o'clock, it was dark, you'd be thinking you're walking out at 1 o'clock in the morning. You'd be walking out at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was daylight, but you still had your nighttime clothes on. You did the walk of shame. This one day, I did do the walk of shame. I walked back to my vehicle. I drove up the road, past the petrol station, on the motorway, had my music on loud, and I went into the metal partition of the road, which went down into the main part of a place where we live, and I took out the right-hand side of I took out the wheel. The whole wheel came off, and I was actually driving on 3 wheels. And there was smoke or metal grinds coming out the back of me. 5 police vans, 12 police people. They stopped me, pulled in front of me, behind me, every which way, dragged me out of the vehicle, threw me on the ground. Didn't really even know they'd done that. They were balaclavas and everything. They were good, by the way. They were very respectful. They was all men except for this one policewoman. and she looked after me, took me in the van, and had to do like a blow test. I wasn't like blowing, I was sucking. My head wasn't with my body. I had no idea what I was doing. Did that twice. She said, like, you're high, just as in high, the gauge was high. I had to go off and walk around a bit. She was trying to help me bring it down a bit, but she really knew it was off the scale. The vehicle was taken away. Day after, I had to go to court. I didn't even know where I was. I had to sign a piece of paper to say I'd actually taken a blow test. I couldn't even read my own writing. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't remember anything. The police had to make a report, and when I read the report, I was like, wow. Went to court, and I was very lucky, not lucky, I was lucky that the judge turned around and said that 4 people died the same night which I drove, and I could have been the perpetrator of the accidents. Lost my license, which was not very good because I drive for a living and I do bar work and I do other work which I help charities as well, and I lost everything. It cost me a lot of money, over 1,000, and I had to take another test. I had to take a sensibility test that cost like another 150. My vehicle cost nearly 500 to get repaired, and well, I lost everything. I mean, totally lost everything. But the hard part is I still wanted to drink. That didn't actually make me want to stop drinking and driving. But a friend of mine had already been on the internet and used Clear Minds, and I was a bit sceptical about it, but she'd had a few problems, her own problems, and she listened to the audio and she actually realised it was changing her mindset, which is what she needed, because it wasn't just saying I go to a pub and have an orange juice because you're surrounded with people who are drinking, but she needed a change in mindset. So instead of going to a pub, she started going to walks, and she started joining the gym. She changed her friends, her places where she was, and then I started doing the same as her. So we started going on walks. I don't walk, I'm not very athletic, so I went on walks with her, and then she was telling me about it, and I've changed dramatically. I don't drink in the same places anymore. I don't hang out with the same people anymore, and I do not drink and drive anymore. And they took my license away it was 6 months and 1 day, but that 6 months and 1 day seemed like 10, 20 years. My life just totally changed. And with Clear Minds, it's made me, with what they've been able to make me think and how to readjust my mindset with their therapy, that's completely changed the way I think. And as I've been doing this myself, I'm not like 100% there, but I'm like 99%. I can tell the difference in myself. I've put on weight where I lost weight, because drinking, I didn't need to eat because the drink was my food. And with the Clear Mindset, I've got 3 other people now actually doing the same course as me for different directions in their lives. So hopefully this will, from my friend's experience and my experience, we can be like a tree and like give other people experiences of how to change their lives and change from doing drugs and doing drink, and because it really is. It's a killer. You can lose everybody in your life. You can lose your friends, your family, your children. I nearly lost my son as well, but I've got a very good son, and he's been there for me, and he doesn't understand, but he can understand the concept of why I drank, because our relationship with his partner split up, and then things went wrong in the business. So it can have a toppling effect, where with a clear minds, it can bring you back into reality. That's made such a difference in my life, and I hope it makes a lot of difference to other people as well.
If you feel you need support on any of the issues raised in this video, feel free to contact us today. You can also start your journey to becoming the best version of yourself by downloading the Clear Minds mobile app. When you download the app, you will get a full 7 days free trial, so you can feel the benefits of digital therapy for yourself. Clear Minds has helped millions of people overcome life-limiting conditions and has had thousands of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. Every member that joins also gets access to our emotional support group, which has over 70,000 daily active users. Clear Minds. We are here to help.